Hello, thank you for tuning to this channel. Today we are going to cover prediction 2, grade 9 integrated science theory, that is paper 1. I'm going to start with the first section. Right away, we are supposed to choose the correct answer in each question. Question 1, during a science practical, Jane mixed sand, salt, and water. Which method is best for separating the mixture? We have three components. We have sand plus water plus salt, and we must separate the three. So decantation would have been used if we had only sand and water. So decantation will not work because salt particles will dissolve in water. Sublimation, we don't have a substance that sublimes here, so it cannot be used. Distillation only, if we use distillation only, this would have been used if we had two miscible liquids of different boiling points, or a solid and a liquid. But now we have two solids that need to be separated. So option D. We move to A, filtration. We can filter. If we filter, we are going to get water and salt as filtrate and sand as residue. And then after getting our filtrate of water and salt, we can evaporate to obtain salt. So we have A as the right choice, filtration and evaporation. Question 2, which one of the following is a compound? A compound contains two or more elements. This one contains two or more elements. So we are going to check. Iron is an element, so this cannot be the right choice. Sulfur is also an element. Oxygen gas, we have oxygen gas, two molecules of oxygen making oxygen gas, so it is not a compound since we have only oxygen molecules. Sodium chloride, we have sodium and chlorine reacting. Sodium chloride is a compound, so that is the right choice. 3, a drop of ink sprays in water without stirring. You can see if we have a drop of ink in a clear water, we shall see it spreading without even stirring. This is explained by osmosis. No, that is not osmosis. Osmosis is movement of water particles, water molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. We don't have a semi-permeable membrane here. Diffusion is the movement of particles from highly concentrated region to lowly concentrated region. So that's the right choice for that question. Capillarity, racing of water through a column. Filtration, we have discussed it above. So the right choice for this is B for boy. From 3, we move to question 4. When green vegetables are boiled for a long time, they lose their color. This is an example of a temporary change, not temporary, since it cannot be reversible. A reversible change, no, it's irreversible. A permanent change, yes, it is permanent change. A physical change, not a physical change. So it's a permanent change since the loss of green color in vegetables is due to breakdown of chlorophyll, the green coloring matter. Question 5. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and its mass number is 23. How many electrons are present? So here we have the atomic number A, which is 11. Remember, the atomic number is the same as number of protons. Is 11, and we have mass number. Mass number is protons plus neutrons. This gives the mass number, which is 23, and we have protons as 11 plus n is equal to 23, and we need n, the number of neutrons. So we cross 11 to the other side, and we are going to have n being equal to 23 minus 11, which is equal to 1, 2, 12. So we have C as the right choice. The number of neutrons, we have 12. 6. Which element is correctly matched with its symbol? So here we have symbols of various elements, and we are going to have a symbol for each. Potassium, we have kalium, which is K. The symbol for potassium is capital K. Calcium is C, capital C, small a. Iron, we have ferrum, that's the right choice. Then sodium, we don't use so, we use natrium, capital N, small a. So we have iron matched with its symbol. 7. Which of the following is a property of metals? A property of metals: poor conductors of heat? No. Metals are actually good conductors of heat. Brittle when hammered? No. Metals are not brittle. They have got strength. Good conductors of electricity? Good. They are good conductors of electricity. They dull in appearance? No. Metals have what we call luster. Which is the opposite of dull appearance. So this is not the right choice. So we have C as the right choice. Metals are good conductors of electricity and heat, since they have free electrons, delocalized electrons. 8. Oxygen is prepared in the laboratory by heating copper carbonate? No. Copper carbonate is used to prepare carbonate, are used to prepare carbon dioxide. Potassium permanganate, yes, we have potassium permanganate. This one is an oxidizing agent, so it is used in preparation of oxygen. When it is exposed to heat, it produces oxygen gas. Sodium hydroxide? No. Sodium chloride? No. 9. Fire in a oil depot is best extinguished using, we have fire in a oil depot, meaning it is fire which has been caused by oil. We use foam extinguishers. They are effective for oil fires. 10. Which structure controls the movement of materials in and out of the cell? In and out of the cell, we have cytoplasm? No. Nucleus? No. Cell wall? No. This one is to protect the structure. This one is to protect the cell from mechanical damage. Cell membrane? Yes. Cell membrane controls the movement of materials in and out of the cell. 11. The part of a light microscope used to focus light onto the specimen is, focusing light onto the specimen is the mirror focuses light to the specimen, so then it illuminates. This one is to illuminate the specimen. When light is focused to the specimen, it is illuminated, and we can be able to observe. Stench, to hold the specimen. The slide. Diaphragm controls the amount of light. Eyepiece, magnification. 12. The process by which plant root hairs absorb water from the soil is, since we have water here from the soil, we talk of osmosis. Remember, I gave a definition earlier of osmosis. It is movement of water particles from where they are highly concentrated to where they are lowly concentrated. So osmosis is division of water into plant. 13. Which of the following is not a factor affecting the rate of division? Which one of the following is not a factor affecting the rate of division? One is concentration gradient. This one is a factor that affects. Temperature affects. Surface area to volume ratio affects. Type of microscope used? No, it does not affect. So this is the right choice. 14. A motor car engine converts chemical energy to light energy, chemical energy to light energy, no. Chemical energy to kinetic energy. We have heat energy to potential energy, sound energy to chemical energy. We are talking of fuel, which is being converted to run the machine, that is to rotate the moving part. So fuel will have chemical energy being converted to kinetic energy, causing the vehicle to move or the car to move. So B is the right choice. 15. A block of wood weight 10 newtons has an area of 0.5 meters squared. The pressure exerted is, this test on pressure. You know that pressure is given by force divided by area. Force acting normally per unit area, and we have the force 10 Newton divided by area of contact, which is 0.5 meters squared. 10 divided by half, we get 20 newtons per meters squared. So we check for our answer, and I can see the first choice is the right choice, 20 newtons per meter squared, or we can use pascals, which are also the unit of pressure. 16. Which one of the following is not an alloy? Which one is not an alloy? Bronze, this one is an alloy. Brass is an alloy. Steel is an alloy. Sulfur is not an alloy. So this is the right choice. Sulfur is just an element and not a mixture of two elements. 17. Rusting of iron requires two conditions to be present. So we have oxygen and oil. Oil makes that wrong. Carbon dioxide and light, no. Water and oxygen, yes. Heat and carbon dioxide, no. Water and oxygen must be present for rusting to take place. 18. Which water type forms more rather with the soap? With the soap, water type that forms more rather. We have soft water, rather easily with soft water, rather more with the soap than hard water. We have two types, hard and soft water. 19. Which one of the following is not a condition for photosynthesis? For photosynthesis to take place, there must be Carbon dioxide must be present. Sunlight must be present. Chlorophyll must be present. Nitrogen is not a condition necessary for photosynthesis. We don't require nitrogen for photosynthesis to take place. 20. Which part of human digestive system produces bile? Bile is produces by the liver. 21. Insects pollinated flowers are adopted by having insect. We are talking about insect pollinated flowers. Small, dull colored. We cannot talk of dull. If we talk of dull, the insect will not be able to see the petals of the flowers if they are dull. Large, brightly colored petals. Good. They must be large, brightly colored petals to attract insects. No nectar. Nectar must be there for insect pollinated flowers to attract the scent, will attract the insect. Light pollen grains. This is for self-pollinated, self for cross-pollination. 22. The movement of seed away from parent plant is important because it prevents overcrowding, prevent photosynthesis, no. Reduces germination, no. Increases pollination, no. Prevent overcrowding. That is seed dispersal. Seed dispersal prevent overcrowding and competition. Overcrowding and competition is taken care of. 23. A food chain always begin with a producer. We have a producer, primary consumer. We have this format. We have producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and so on. So we start with a producer. 24. Which human activity is most likely to cause water pollination? Which human activity is most likely to cause water pollution in rivers? Tree planting. Tree planting cannot cause any pollution. Industrial effluent discharge. Yes, that can cause pollution in rivers. Fishing, no. Pottery keeping, no. 25. The type of mirror used by dentists to fill teeth is, we must use a type of a mirror that magnifies. It should magnify the teeth, the tooth being observed. So, and this type of a mirror is known as concave mirror. 26. The distance between the mirror and its focal point is known as, focal point is the principal focus. So we have the distance between the mirror. This is our mirror in case of a concave, and then we have it shown. This distance, we have principal focus, and then we have center of curvature. Now we have P, the pole. We're going to give this distance here. We call this distance focal length. The distance is called focal length. 27. In a wave, we have the wave here. We have B. Allow me to name the part before moving to the question. Part B is called the crest. A is trough. C is the amplitude. D is the wavelength. That's all. That's what you are supposed to know. The basic part of a wave: crest, trough, amplitude, wavelength, and then you can calculate the periodic time, and frequency, and so on. The distance between two successive crests is called distance between two successive crests is the distance between two particles in a wave that are in phase, and we call it wavelength. It is called wavelength, represented by a Greek letter lambda for wavelength. 28. Which of the following is not an example of a transverse wave? Which one of the following is not an example of a transverse wave? You know that a transverse wave is characterized by troughs and crests, but longitudinal wave is characterized by compressions and their fractions. So water wave, this is transverse. Light wave is transverse. All electromagnetic waves are transverse, so light wave is a transverse. Sound wave is longitudinal. This is the right choice. It is longitudinal. It is not transverse. This is longitudinal. Longitudinal. It's called longitudinal. Seismic wave. This is transverse wave. So C is the right choice. 29. Remote sensing satellites are mainly used for cooking, no. Detecting earthquakes, no. Collecting information about the earth, yes. Used to collect information about the earth. Transporting goods, no. This one is for travel. 30. Which one of the following best describes energy transformation in a torch? In a torch, for this case, we are going to talk of a torch that uses a dry cell. That is the assumption, whereby we have chemical energy. So your choice must start with chemical energy, and we only have one choice starting with chemical energy. So that's the right choice. Chemical energy, we have dry cell, we have wire, electrical wires, and then we have the bulb. So we shall have on dry cell, this will have chemical energy being transformed to electrical energy. As charges flow through the wire, we have electrical energy. And then for the bulb to light, we have light energy. And then we can have heat energy. The bulb will heat. After some time, it will produce heat. That is the end of section A. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned in this channel. Those who have not subscribed, remember to subscribe. Thank you.